Good evening. I'm Chanel of Wisdom and Authority Title. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Thank you in advance for subscribing. So, I am going to do a part two or continuation on a video that I did a couple of months ago on the Virginia Title and Registration Loophole. So, I want to give you guys more insight, okay, this time around. More insight, more clarity. I've been getting calls, emails from folks over the past few months. So just tune in. I want to give you guys a little bit more information. So I'm going to cover a few key points on this evening regarding this loophole here. So number one, you do not need Virginia residency. So a lot of states requires that you be a resident of that state in order to get title and registered in that state. So Virginia, with this loophole, does not require that. So let me give you an example. If you are from New York, you do not need to be a Virginia resident. So what will happen is your vehicle will be titled and registered in this state. Okay, you will have the vehicle listed as being garaged in New York. So again, it's titled and registered in Virginia, but it's going to be garaged or kept in New York. Okay, so that's how it will go as an example. Also, this loophole is available to, um, personal and business title transactions. Okay, you can be an individual, you can be a business to take advantage of this loophole. As long as your paperwork is in order and your paperwork matches, you can take advantage of this loophole. Okay, another point, and I'm going to talk about this one for a moment because this one is like a very popular question. Okay, you must have insurance to get plates in Virginia. You must have insurance. So a lot of folks reach out to me. They ask, do I provide insurance? Do I, refer insurance to the person trying to get title and register? No, I do not. I do not specialize in insurance. My specialty is title and registration. I just make sure that you provide the name to me of your insurance provider. Okay. So what will happen in this case, if you are not in Virginia, you need to advise your insurance company of your desire to get your vehicle title and register in Virginia, but it's going to be physically kept in your home state in question. Very important. You must advise your insurance agent or company of that, situation. Your insurance company, on the other hand, it's going to be their responsibility to make sure that you have the required coverage that Virginia requires. Okay, so just be very mindful of that. But yes, you must have insurance at the time that you want to get plates. Now, if you don't have insurance and you don't want to be bothered with the insurance piece at that time, or you don't think you can get the coverage within the time that you want, you can also just get your vehicle done as a title only transaction. Title only is just simply the title with no plates. Then later on, after you get your insurance, you can come and get plates later. Okay. Another key point I want to talk about is you cannot have any stops with the Virginia DMV. Now, I did share this one also in a few videos pertaining to get entitled and register in Virginia. And this one right here never gets old, but you cannot have any stops. Okay, one of the key things or key reasons why people want to take advantage of the Virginia title and registration loophole is because they have stops in their other states. Some people got unpaid parking tickets, child support issues, other fines going on in their own state, so they want to come to Virginia and get a second chance or opportunity to title and register their vehicle. That's fine. However, if you burn your bridges by having issues with Virginia, this loophole is not going to work for you. Okay, so be very mindful of that. Examples of stops in Virginia would be unpaid tolls. Okay, personal property taxes, that's unpaid, things of that nature, issues with the Virginia DMV, unpaid return check fees, things of this nature. And I can go on and on, but you don't want to have any type of stop with the Virginia DMV. If so, this loophole will not apply to you. Okay. And lastly, okay, some folks are confused about this piece here. You are going to be required to turn in or submit your out of state title or registration card that you have. Okay. You cannot just submit copies and think that you're going to get a title and or registration back in return. No. So the Virginia DMV, no DMV for that matter, is going to accept a photocopy of your title or that registration. You must be prepared to submit that out of state title or registration, and in turn, you will get the same thing back that you submitted. Now, Virginia is a state that does not release titles to customers if there is a lien. So, if you have a lien on your vehicle, the only thing you are going to get back is going to be your registration card and your plates and decals, if there is a link. Okay, so I just wanted to, highlight these key points because I do get a lot of, inquiries about the Virginia loophole and, who qualifies and who does not. Now, if you wish to reach out to me, you want me to, title and register your vehicle in Virginia, I am going to request that you submit to me what you have, pertaining to your documents. Do you have that certificate of title or, your manufacturer certificate of origin, MCO? Or do you have a registration card? Also, if you have purchased your vehicle within the last 12 months, do you have a bill of sale? Okay, and lastly, I'm going to ask about, your, ID or license. You need to show that as well so I can make sure you are who you claim you are pertaining to that vehicle in question. And then the last thing I will ask about later on is going to be that insurance once the process moves forward. But those are the key things I will be looking for via email. Okay, so people also want to know about the fees, and I don't have a problem giving you my fee when you reach out to me by email or phone. But if you're wanting me to quote you for the DMV fees, I would need to see your documentation. Okay, and that's going to be the bare minimum because in Virginia, fees vary, based on how much you paid for the vehicle, sales tax, and how much you paid, the type of vehicle it is, the weight of the vehicle, pertaining to registration fees as well. So it's not a one uh, size fee for vehicles in Virginia. Okay, it ranges from, maybe $75 on up. It really depends on how much you pay, the type of vehicle, and I can go on and on. So those are the basic things that I will request. Okay, I cannot, and I tell people this a lot, I cannot go into full details about what you need for this transaction in question without seeing your documents. Let me tell you all another benefit that happens when I do your work, when I do your title work. I am proofing and looking over your paperwork. I never submit anything to DMV. I never get anything processed to DMV without looking over your work first. Because if you submit your title work to me and I'm looking at it, if something is missing, if you are in a title skipping situation, I am going to bring that to your attention. I'm not going to waste my time and I'm not going to waste yours. So that's a plus for you to submit your work over to me so I can look at it. Okay. And if there's a problem, I'm going to tell you what's wrong, what needs to be done. If it's something that can be fixed rather quickly, that's good. But if not, then, I will let you know, hey, this is going to take a minute. This is not something I can do to help you. So that's why I asked to see your work. Okay. So I really hope this video cleared up a lot of questions and concerns that you guys have pertaining to the Virginia Title and Registration Loophole. If you need more guidance, you want to share your feedback, feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon.